He wasn't on the line anymore, and he was upset.
Shout out to Rams getting 2 months.
So we're probably we're both in Melbourne at the same time.
Just go.
I'm gonna DJ.
Not really out of what we call side tickets.
Wow.
See the game, you know?
Was pretty much everything we saw. What happened?
What's good? Man, you have to be there. Like, you have to be here in a week. There's a cutoff for like an
Hi guys, welcome back to the Reupload podcast. This is episode 25, and we have our second returning guest of the podcast, Will Frazer. Hey, your dog. And we have his favorite person, what it seems like it over the last 7 months, maybe 8 months, however months it is.
Oh
His
my
girlfriend,
God.
Sophie Nicholson. Woo!
My actual name.
Her name, Sophie Nicholson. So, let's get into a bit of housekeeping. Firstly, so William, what's been happening, mate? So you were on episode 6. So that was, let's say October, November, maybe last year.
A while ago, yeah.
It was after school is.
No, it was like, it was December,
Maybe December.
January.
You quickly.
It was January.
I don't think it was that long ago.
It was,
End of
mate.
December, maybe.
I'll look. Okay, hold up. So,
Righto.
I'll have a look. Don't worry about it. So you guys, Sophie, quickly, tell everybody what's been going on, William, and then Sophie, talk about yourself while I find.
Okay.
Go ahead, Will.
Last time I was on the podcast, I was starting uni, and then I dropped out of uni.
That's what's up.
Now I'm working full time. Just got back from Europe after like 7 weeks. And back to work now. So that's really it. Not much has been happening for me. So yeah. Soph?
I was similar. Went with Will to Europe.
I was wrong. Episode 7, and it was the 23rd of December.
I was right.
Oh.
So the 23rd of December. So
Was a while ago then.
23rd of December. So we can think from the 23rd of December. So let's say the end of 2021 when you just finished HSC, and I don't know if you got your marks yet.
No, I hadn't got my
January.
marks.
You hadn't got.
Like
I think you
January.
might have maybe just got back from schoolies.
Yeah, it
Let's
would have been
say.
like a week or two after.
And then, what's something you've learned from obviously finishing up high school, having to go through. Both of you went through the terrible graduation of being during COVID, especially in our climate, and then going from that into now working full time, having a girlfriend, like everything else that comes with working 24/7 feels like it.
Well, life is better. A lot more freedom compared to when you're in high school.
Yep.
A lot more is happening as well. So very busy, but a lot more enjoyable.
So
in my opinion.
Nice. So you want to, Sophie, what about yourself? Tell us something, a fun fact that I don't know about you. So something before you came into the Frazer household.
I don't know.
Tell us a fun fact.
What?
Anything.
I don't have any fun facts.
You don't know fun facts?
No.
So she's not very fun, clearly.
I'm not fun, no.
Okay. So schoolies happens, and then what? You give us the PG version, please.
I'll explain. Wait, of how we met?
No, of how the moon
Oh, okay.
rotates around the world.
It's actually a funny story. So my friend was like, oh, we're going to a party, like, let's go. And we thought there was like a huge party at his house. We rock up and there's like only like a few people there, like maybe 10.
Yep.
And we were like, oh. And I was like to my friends, I was like, can we go? Like, this is so bad. And then somehow, because we were obviously a bit drunk, we ended up just like going around.
Stop.
Going around, he had like a huge house. It was really cool. So we just went up these stairs and like found this massive room, which turned out to be Will's. And we were like taking the piss. I was like giving them all these weird jokes. They were like taking like the piss out of me as well.
Yep.
And they kicked us out of the house.
Nice.
And then Dill came.
My boy.
It started raining, and the Ubers. There was like no Ubers in Byron, so they were like, Dill came, was like, oh, like you can come in until your Uber's here. No, he said we could actually stay the night.
Yeah.
And then Will was like, and then I started acting normal. They didn't like that because it was boring. And then a few days later, I ran into him, and then we got with each other, and then yeah.
No, the rest is history. Then next week I just see a random girl in my spa.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. So how was your? I don't think I've asked you this. How was your experience during Year 12 during COVID and having to deal with in lockdown for what?
months.
6, 7
So
months
long.
into
Like
October,
2.
and then having to go straight back and do classes. And then you had your HC within the next month, couple of
Yeah.
months,
2
is
weeks
it?
or something.
Was
Yeah.
it 2 weeks?
It
Was
wasn't
it?
long.
Well,
So what was your
I
experience with
kind
that?
of, at the start, I liked lockdown because although it was like
Fucking
annoying.
homebody. I'm
Stay
No,
joking.
in
in
bed
like
all
the
day.
social side, I hated it, and like missing out on like all those like year 12 experiences. But then like, because I got into early entry, I kind of like didn't really care. about
Yeah,
it.
fair enough.
Well, I did care. Like I still wanted to do well. I had like a goal.
You clearly cared. Well, when Will told me what your ATAR was, you clearly did
Like,
care somewhat.
Well, yeah, I think I also like because I kind of had studied for the trials, and then
Yeah.
obviously we did it online, so I already kind of knew all like the foundations that I needed.
Uh huh.
And then when it came to HSC, I was just kind of glad to get it over with.
Okay.
So
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, I
And
think everyone was glad to get over it.
yeah.
fucking businessman always on his
I
phone.
remember I had like an exam in the last week, but everyone finished like the week before.
Yeah.
So we all went to theIvy, and I still had exams. I was like, oh.
Yeah, we'll do it
Yeah,
as
I
well.
remember the day for an exam, and I was
Yeah,
on
but you're
to
different.
I didn't study. I remember the day before an exam.
What
Like 3
shade?
days before an exam, and I had to work the next day. And that night, I quit the job. I went
Just
to
the
the
pub.
yeah,
Yeah,
quit the
went to
job
the
at the
pub.
pub, and I went to the chef.
He
and,
met us at the shed. I was with all my boys, and he
and
fucking
then I was
came
like,
down.
I was like, yeah, that wasn't the best idea. I remember even nights before exams, I was still out.
We were at Sheaf one night. We were. was
Ivy,
somewhere-
I went to the Ivy.
I think you went. I wasn't
Argyle
there.
probably too.
Oh,
We
it was
were-
Ar- went to
We went.
the
Oh,
Argyle,
that's
yeah.
right. With
Went
Xander.
to the Argyle,
Yeah, with my mate Xander. We went to Argyle. It would have been I think the Saturday and the exam on the Monday.
That's when going out was fun. When
Yeah,
no
'cause
one
it was
else
so
went out.
rare
Now it's
'cause-
everyone younger.
Oh, I
Everyone
know
else is,
now.
out.
it's-
Back then I was I was the youngest out. I was like, this is
And
great.
also like COVID, we couldn't go out.
Without a
most of year
fake
12.
ID as well. It's you're the youngest out. That's actually of age. And no one
Yeah.
else.
The thing is, you really haven't missed not going out. Like the minute you're 18, year of being 18, you'll be able to go out after lockdown. Which
Well,
realistically, if
Yeah.
COVID didn't happen, you still would have been going out. For someone
Yeah,
like
but,
me,
all,
I
like,
lost
the-
2 years of going out.
Yeah, but
True.
everything that someone in year 12 does is
It's
Yeah.
more
we never
fun
got
when
that.
you're
Yeah, I know.
underage.
Yeah, exactly.
It's,
You still
it
miss
is
You're
more
out.
like,
fun.
"Will I
It's
get
just
in
yeah,
tonight?"
it's you get the thrill of it. Now
Yeah.
it's just it's like yeah.
Now it's like, oh.
I want to go
yeah,
home. You get there and
actually,
oh, shall I go home now?
Yeah, fair.
And
fair.
now and you're like, yeah, it's enough.
And
Fair.
like when I was younger, like my parents were obviously like, oh, like come home at a reasonable time. So it was like more like, oh, I want to like.
Yeah, you push the boundaries a little bit.
Yeah.
Now it's just
Mm.
oh, you
Now
can
it's like,
get
oh,
home whenever you want. Like no one's
yeah.
like, where are you?
Mm.
It's like
So
how was
it's
your
not
night?
as thrilling, I guess.
Okay. I've just realised you're wearing Will's jumper, by the way.
Oh yeah, I was cold and I left
That's
mine
cool.
at college.
Yeah, fair enough.
He
So-
had 2 jumpers on, so.
So, let's see. What do I want to ask you two? Let me see. Okay. Should we go straight? Should we ask some relationship questions, or should we just
No,
go?
Depends
into a
what they
relationship
are.
question.
What do you want? What should we talk about?
Hey, you're the host. You
What should we
tell
talk
us.
about?
I know what we should talk about.
What should we talk
Stephen's
about?
still got Andrew Tate.
I hate him.
Not yet. Not yet. We're still getting. Let's still easy into it. They still need to learn about
Talk
who.
about-
Let's just.
I'll
So
be
okay. No,
I'll
I
be the
got it.
host.
No, I'm the host.
I can be the host.
I'm
How
the
was
host.
Europe, Sophie?
No, not yet. We're not there yet. Just take it chill. So, William, Mr. Smith. So why did
Why?
you drop out of university?
Why did I drop out of uni?
Give me the full. And tell me. So I'm gonna ask you a
I
question.
think it was like
And then I want you to know. Then what is your opinion on people who drop out of university?
I think it depends on the reason you drop out. Like if you drop out and you don't have anything to fall back on,
Yeah.
then you wait. Like that's silly because you have nothing to do.
And
You
what's
just end up being in bed all day. and
what have you learnt from dropping out of university?
I mean, you don't need to go to uni unless you want to be like. Depends what you want to do, but everyone. It's not uni's not for everyone. So, but I dropped out. What was week 6 maybe? It was a week after census date, of course, and I was in the middle of an exam.
In college? He did
Yeah.
an exam. He thought it started at 2:30. It started at 1:30.
Yeah.
And he goes in. The guy's like, "Turn your camera on."
Oh my God.
And he was like, "No."
And then
Turning it on.
that was the start of it.
Yeah.
And then I was sorry for an hour until I was nah. I was we're not doing X. It was an
Yeah.
exam on X. I was nah.
I
And then
couldn't even
and then
have-
a few days later, I had another one. I was sitting outside of the house doing
Yeah.
it. I looked at Mum and I was like, I'm dropping out after this one. I was I'm not doing this. She
What
was,
was
she was at least try it. And I was yeah. I just clicked every random answer. And
How'd you
then
go?
I got I don't know. I don't know. I
What-
got a few right. No, I got a few right.
Well, in the moment you were
When I
dropping.
first started
yeah.
at uni, I wanted to go, but I just realized I had no interest in it. I was just wasting money because it's all on Hexstat now. Because I sort of missed I missed the census date, so now I'm in debt from the
It's not even that
university.
much.
But it's not too bad.
It's not too bad. It's not like mine, which was already $30,000.
Yeah. Anyway. But I guess it's if you have something to fall back on, which
Yeah.
is like I'm working
Well,
full time
so-
doing
okay.
finance now.
Say
so
hypothetically there wasn't the job, this wasn't
I
available.
wouldn't have dropped out. I'd stay and
And would
actually
you
try.
still do, what do you reckon you'd be doing?
At
Do you reckon
uni?
you'd still be doing finance? Say mum and dad weren't finance brokers.
I wouldn't
What
know.
would you do at
Real
university?
estate, I reckon.
I've always
real
liked
estate
real
at uni,
estate.
you
Real
reckon?
estate's fun, but like at uni, I would have still done business because business.
You reckon
like,
still done
to be
business?
fair, it's probably the most broad course at university.
Business
It's not like if
study.
you do like law, like you're starting to be a lawyer, or like marketing, or like advertising, whatever you do.
The hot
Like
top-
business is like everything is a business. Like
you can do anything.
what do you?
Human resources.
Yeah, it's like someone's like,
marketing.
it's like someone's like, oh, I
finance.
study business at uni, but it's like
Yeah.
what, like fundamental.
As everybody knows, for my my favorite, all my loyal viewers, we love to talk about how business, a degree of business is just a Bachelor of Arts, or it's a I just went to university.
That's
for
a
the
good one, yeah.
That's insulting.
Yeah, but she doesn't just
business.
do business; she does business law.
Business and law.
Whatever it is, you business and law, whatever. But a business degree at university, this has been spoken about. Of those 25, this is the 25th episode. Or let's say, maybe 13 of them,
Or did
this has been brought up.
But to be fair, see, I was actually looking at doing like a Bachelor of Arts at UCID, and I looked at all the subjects I could do, and they were nothing like business.
Because it's a Bachelor of Arts. Because all
but it's not art.
all business is just a Bachelor of Arts, but to do with, I've just forgot the word.
I don't know, mate. You're
to
telling
do-
the story.
It's a Bachelor of Arts, but what you're gonna do corporately. It's like a Bachelor of Corporate Arts.
But
That's
but
what it is, if you think about
arts
it.
is more like you can do languages, religion,
That,
philosophy.
that's what I'm saying. But business
Business
is
is nothing like
yeah, I
that.
know, but that's what I'm saying. Business is like a Bachelor of Corporate Arts. Just think about it.
Or it's just bits.
Yeah, which is business.
It's not though. Like it is.
I get what you mean, but yeah.
If you don't know what you're going to do at university,
Do
you either
business.
do a Bachelor of Arts or you do
Oh,
business studies. But
okay,
what
yeah.
happens nowadays, every second person you go up to within the last 3 to 4 years,
It's a business or an arts.
what do you do? But it's not even arts anymore. There's no only universities that offer arts is
Much
no,
done.
obviously. But I'm talking because I did a Bachelor of Arts because I didn't know what I wanted to do at university. That's the reason I did it.
Yeah.
And then once you understand, especially Notre Dame, people only go to Notre Dame because you're on a shit mark, and then you know what? Oh, let's go to Notre Dame. Waste a year, not a waste a year. Well,
Well,
I've
pretty much
wasted.
waste
I've
a
year.
wasted.
Waste a few weeks.
I've wasted a
2
year.
weeks.
Oh, for Will, wasted. A month. Not even. I
If that.
wouldn't say you wasted it. Oh, maybe.
I actually
Anyways,
had notes. I was.
I had
but
surprised
you
by
sit
that.
of the big 3 universities in Sydney.
Yeah.
2 of them offer Bachelor of Arts.
Oh.
UNSW and UCID both do.
Didn't know that.
But most people, if you're doing a Bachelor of Arts, you go to UCID
Just let everyone know.
Yeah.
It's time
because to
be real.
it's same as me. Mine is as
Time
well.
to-
It's everyone at the same time.
But yeah, that's what it seems like. But anyways, moving on from university.
Yeah, let's not have some
What's
uni
something?
talk.
Well, actually, no. I got one more question for Stoke actually about university. What's something what's like your biggest what's your biggest positive, biggest positive and biggest negative going from university to high school?
I feel like the
High school
positive is
university.
like
Yes,
Huh?
it's 5 o'clock. Just give me a break.
the positive of like uni like is that like you don't have to go. And that sounds bad. Like it's
Yeah,
also so flexible.
a
You
lot
get
of
to
it is
choose your
online.
hours when you
Yeah.
want to go, and like you have that flexibility. Whereas school is like compulsory every day.
You don't have to wear a
You
uniform.
don't have to wear a uniform too. I rock up in Crocs and trackies.
Look,
Good.
to be fair, like uni, like
I
at the end of
just
the day, the uni doesn't care if you come or not because you're the one
getting
that's paying
paid.
for it, and like if you fail,
Yeah.
you have to
Then-
pay for another subject
I
to do it
tell you
again.
what,
So
I
like
like-
they couldn't care. Like when it's high school, it's like where are you there? Your parents will get a phone call home. Uni's like, if you don't
Yeah.
want to come, that's on you.
That's your choice.
Like if you don't want to go, like you're the one that's gonna fail the class.
I'll
And
tell you what,
It's all online as well.
No,
Well, that's the thing.
No,
No, like a lot of it's
Mine
most of
is.
it's
A lot of it's
mo-
online.
No, not
Sophie's like a lot of it's
yeah,
online.
for her, but
Yeah.
for what she does. But most
When I
people
was there, it was
now.
all
The
online.
law,
Yeah,
obviously
because
not.
you just
Yeah.
came out of you literally just came out of COVID, so that still was last
Yeah,
semester.
but,
But,
like,
now
people-
most people don't do it online.
People that graduated in like 2019, right, like high school,
Yeah, man.
they'll be graduating uni
Yeah, I know.
without ever going to uni.
Yeah, exactly. If I
So
was
it's like
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense. It's like how can you get a degree, but like you've never even gone into that
That
class?
was like my sister. She graduated 2018. She
Like
had
if-
like a year of actual like uni.
Yeah.
And then 2.5 years.
Well,
Sorry,
like,
1.5
yeah.
years of like online.
a lot of kids like are getting degrees and like they might not know much because like a lot of them would have like it's like not hard
Yeah,
to
it
cheat
is.
and you like you're on an online like test. Oh, there's notes right here. Like,
one thing that
They're
needs
not
to
gonna know
make
it's
friends
one
is
thing
easy.
that
yeah,
should
that's
be,
different.
one thing that should happen which I've mentioned again multiple times on this podcast, that is, say you're paying $3,000 for a subject. Some people do for your.
So how much it is?
Some people major subjects. Mine only costs, I think it's just under $2. Yours is probably the same, but I'm talking like your usage when you're paying for these science degrees, which some people will pay $3,000 for a subject. They should cut it by, I think, 75% for the online. The semester you've done
Oh
online.
yeah, well you're not getting
So
the full
you should
experience.
instead of say you paid, let's say, the $2,000, you shouldn't pay over $1,000.
Yeah, but then like you're saying, like
I
during
have
high
2
school.
classes a week that are like online. It's from 6 to 8 p.m.
Yeah.
It's awful, and it's like I would actually rather go into the class at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you
Would
would.
keep you awake instead of like yeah,
Yeah.
but like what about like during high school, like lockdown, you're still paying what, probably like full price
Oh yeah,
to sit on
especially
like
private
when and
schools.
a lot
You
of
should,
teachers.
they
Like, I don't know
all-
about Laura, but like at least where I was at, a lot of teachers like they weren't checking up and shit like, oh, have you done the work, or like, oh, let's have a class day.
Especially in year 12.
Like you go to school, you're in that class for 50 minutes or however long a period it is. Like when you're online COVID, you're doing 20 minutes
I used
or
to
10
just
minutes. Do that for the rest of the day.
Set
like-
up my laptop,
Yeah.
leave it in my study, turn my camera and mic off, and just
Sit
go
there and do
make
nothing,
food.
yeah.
And the
whatever.
Exactly.
Australian government, all the governments around the world, shame on you. At the end of the
Oh,
day,
yeah.
shame on you.
Yeah.
But anyways, moving on from university.
Yeah, let's go to a different
Yeah,
topic.
it's
Enough
back
uni.
So let's just go straight into it. So you've told us about William. You told us about your girlfriend. We've got
Girlfriend
the
has a
job.
name.
Yeah, I know.
Girlfriend
Just
has a name.
I always say that to Will.
doesn't stop us.
Continue, mate.
The job.
Job.
What else, mate? What else has been cracking?
Travelled Europe with my girlfriend.
Exactly.
My girlfriend
That's what I was
Faye.
hoping. That's what I was
With
hoping.
Sophie.
That's what I was hoping you would say.
Travelled
So
Europe with
we all
Sophie.
did just come from Europe.
Oh, yeah.
I
Even
hope.
though we're pale.
We've
So
lost our tans.
there is a podcast coming out before this, which is completely missing Europe because of I had someone on, which everybody's already seen that because it's coming out after. But anyways, so this is
What you
the
just
this.
said. I actually don't know what you
Yeah,
said.
because
but
you gotta listen, man. So this is the Europe wrap up podcast. So
It's a few weeks wrapped up.
yeah, I know, but this is the first.
I
So
can't
this is,
think.
We've been back at uni, been back at work for a
yeah, I
couple
know.
weeks now.
So yeah, let's talk about Europe. So you guys left the 20th of June. So we do, mate. We haven't had a podcast since my birthday, so we can go quickly.
Oh, actually?
Let's go before we even get into Europe. Let's quickly talk about that. So
well then,
we'll get to mate. We'll get to it. So my birthday. It's 21 years old.
here we go.
Here we fucking go. So I had a great day.
We could say that, mate. We could
That
definitely.
was fun.
It was good.
That was a good bet. Even like
It
everyone
was.
saying
You're
how good
wearing
it
the
was.
shirt I bought you.
No, I am.
Show the viewers.
Just shout
Show
out.
the viewers.
The
Well,
back's cooler.
It's a LeBron shirt because he's the goat. But anyways, so we started off with a lovely lunch with the fam.
We did add a few.
We did.
Porn
beverages.
star martinis.
We had-
Okay.
We had a lovely what?
You're like leg shaking, mate.
It always shakes. We had a lovely. we had Kid Leroy the night before, me and William and a couple of my
we
mates.
did.
Wasn't
I
it
feel
the
like it
night
was
before?
so long ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we went to
That
the
feels ages ago.
the world famous club made by Samuel David Fraser, the Cargo Bar.
Cargo bar.
Yeah,
Hate
well,
the
and you
Cargo
went.
Bar.
William didn't come.
I
It was just
definitely
me and
didn't,
also two-time person on this podcast, Jason Momer.
Yeah, that's my boy. We love Jason.
That's our boy. Then a couple of weeks later, then we went had the lunch the next day. Got some good presents. Got
It's all about the presents.
That's
of
what it's
course.
all about.
Of course. And then we had arguably one of the best nights of my life. So the party was sick. I hope, most of my friends who watch this, you were there. But for the people that aren't my friends and don't watch this and do watch this, love you guys too. But you would have seen my Instagram, I would imagine. But
Yeah, everyone says your Instagram.
everyone sees my Instagram. But yeah, we had it was a time of my life. Everybody was drunk. Jerry and Dirks can tell you all about it. And then 2 weeks later, we went into Mr. Williams' birthday. And William, you want to talk about your birthday?
It's not much to really say. Turned 19.
Turned 19. How's it turning 19?
We went to the casino.
Oh, when did,
No, we
I
didn't.
don't think we did.
We didn't get the casino.
No, we didn't go casino.
We went to
Yeah, we did.
home the venue. We
At
went.
night.
We did home the venue.
We went to home the venue.
Yeah, and then we went to the casino.
We
We
actually
did go to the casino.
I forgot about that.
I
I
did.
don't remember my birthday.
So we
I was
went.
like, wait, am I wrong?
Oh.
We went to home the venue. Talk about home the venue. Chicken. That's all I'm gonna
Remember I got
talk about home
pushed
the
by
venue.
security?
Yeah, that was
Okay,
bad.
like full.
It
I was
wasn't-
pain. I had a bruise after.
I met a
Bad.
chick from America that works at home the venue.
Oh. In
What's-
America.
No. That is from America.
Oh right. I was like,
Oh,
oh.
we're talking about getting like
Yeah,
going
no,
out by
just-
security, and he's like, "Oh, I'll get you."
Sorry,
yeah,
that
I
was
was
just on my
giving Will a
mind.
hug.
Yeah, I
and then
know. Yeah,
That was bad.
that was.
He like pushed us down the stairs, and I was like, ow, and then I started crying.
And then I was like, I went back.
It's
I was like
fucked
going
up.
off
It's
of them,
so
and then like
fucked
5
up.
security guards like come up to me. I was like,
They like
what the-
pushed us so like aggressively.
and then
They're
the head
all
of
lucky I
security, the
didn't
head of
see.
security came over to us like at the end was like we spoke to him and he was like, yeah, like
He was like, they gave us like all his contact details.
they were like, oh, do you want to go
report
back
him.
in? And we're like,
He was
why
like, we'll
would
give
we
you
want to
free
go
tickets
back
for
in?
next week. We're like,
it's like
we're
you're never
good.
coming back to this place.
Yeah, so
I don't know
that
then you like tell me I'm wrong, but it's so overrated.
Every
No,
time
it's
I've been
not.
there, which is only twice.
I've been there,
it's
yeah.
had, like,
you went to that shitty event where the music was shit, and then the second
yeah,
time,
was bad.
Carnival.
and then the
Yeah.
second time you just had a bad experience. When I've been there 5 times,
Oh,
4 or 5 times. Those first 2 times there was was great nights.
I'd never heard of it until that.
I didn't know that
music thing.
where we were on my birthday. I didn't know that place existed, like that part existed, because like when we were
The,
there,
the back
like,
parts
that wasn't
never
open.
the back parts never usually open.
like
I don't
that
know.
open like area. I was mad.
We
Yeah,
shouldn't
that
have, but
was
yeah, because you.
That's why we got
What you like to do at clubs, you just like to sit down the whole time. So
I don't.
do I not dance?
We dance.
Yeah, I know,
We
but,
get
like, home to
tired, and then we
venue-
go get a drink, and then we have to
Yeah.
sit down and drink.
you shouldn't be
a drink.
tired. You're 17 years old. both of you.
18.
17.
That was a joke.
I
obviously.
actually get told that all the time.
Yeah.
Today.
Go
You're,
to touch
you're
on
both
the
you're
girls, like,
you're both you're
14.
18 and you're 19 and what, like a month, couple months,
24th
Two and a
of
bit.
October.
October,
and a
couple
bit,
months.
yeah.
Yeah. And then yeah, it's like you shouldn't, mate. You just gotta you gotta be like the king over here. I'm 21 years old. I'm still
Yeah,
not
the king that like sweats on the dance floor.
Mate.
Mate, everyone runs away from the core.
No one runs away.
Scary.
They run towards me. So just watch
Yeah.
yourself. Anyways, so Will's birthday happens. We do all that. Dirk's had a lovely night.
He was
Lovely
smelling
early
Jamison.
night. Lovely early night.
that
That's all.
was-
That's all we'll say. Dirks can tell that when he's on the podcast next time.
Have the time around here.
Yeah, of course. Don't you worry about it,
Oh.
buddy. You be quiet. And then 9 days later, Willie and Sophie,
Yeah, Sophie from
Sophie,
Sophie. That's
that's
a
a new
Sophie to
one.
Sophie.
Sophia.
Dover went off. They go to
20th of
Europe.
June, we went to
Off to Europe.
That feels
So
like so long ago, but also like
Yeah.
yesterday.
so tell us how was the flight?
It
I
was-
slept the whole time.
It was a long flight, eh? So how long was the flight to Paris?
well, we flew to Doha, which was the actually, I feel like it was like 15.
14 and a half or something.
It's about
It was
like
close to
14.
15, and
It's-
then it was 7
It's a bit longer than.
from Doha to Paris, and we got there like
Like
what time was
3,
it?
It was
4,
like-
5?
It was
it was
bright.
probably like 3 o'clock. I'd
It was
say.
bright.
Yeah.
It was still
Yeah, but
sunny
Paris is
because.
bright
No,
until
that's what I'm
10
saying. No, that's what I'm saying. It was still during the day at some point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because I remember
Paris
speaking to
was
you.
like
Paris was so good.
I didn't have really any expectations of Paris, obviously, because like
You'd never been.
never been to like Europe. That was my first one in Europe, and I was like, wow, this is.
So what was your
Even like the hotels, is like your little balcony.
Yeah, it's like so
and
like,
it's like
Parisian.
so like it's very like it's. Yeah.
So what was your highlight of Paris?
I got a Paris.
You
Oh,
say?
I can't
Riding
think
the
of highlight.
bikes.
We like line bikes, electric bikes, would just ride them everywhere through Paris. Like
So we
We'd
almost
be
got
like-
run over like 1,000
I'd be like,
times.
so should we get an Uber? She's like, no, let's ride the bikes.
Fair.
But no, I can't really pick a highlight from Paris because like we
the
was
food,
like we were there. Yeah, the food. Oh,
baguettes and
croissants.
chocolate croissants. Kind of
Like we were only there for 4 days, but like in that 4 days we did what people would do in like a week and a half there. Like we did so
Yeah.
much. Like it's hard to pick. Like, everything was like obviously it'd be a bit different because I've never been there before, and you
That was
because
my
you have.
fourth or third time.
That
Oh,
was our first
really?
one in the summer,
Oh really?
Third
right?
time, I think.
First
yeah.
in the summer. Yeah, so it's
We need
like
to turn that heater off, by the way. Go on. I'm
but
dying.
Do you want me
It
to
was-
turn it off? Can I get up?
Yes, please.
But no, it was like, I don't know, like I couldn't really pick a highlight because everything like we did there was like,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
dying. I
having
can
that.
feel it on my. I can feel it on my
yeah,
neck.
put it like 25.
No, just turn it off.
No, it gets cold in your coat.
No,
mate.
it's fine. Just turn it off. We're not going to be in much longer. Sophie, turn it off. You turn it off? I can see the green light on.
It's off, mate. Yeah, it's off, don't worry.
Serious, somebody having a fucking. I'm about to fucking feel like I'm getting sunburn or something.
But
But
I can't really pick a highlight from Paris because everything was so much fun there.
Well, you
like,
went-
there wasn't
Don't you
one
think,
thing in Paris that I didn't like.
Montmartre, like Sacre.
Yeah, that was so cool. Like,
What's
we
that?
up
We
the
did a little. We
church.
put a little like love lock on the thing,
Yeah, that was mad. And then the parents went there.
and they
took one
found
next
it.
that was. I'll give them that. That was a cool part.
Yeah.
Mum called me and she was like, show me where it is. I was like, that place is huge. Mum, like, how do you expect me to tell you?
They- and they found it.
She showed me and I was like, show me your camera. I was like, FaceTime, show me. And I was like directing. I was like, go that way, and I turned right. And I was like, yeah, it should be right there. And she's like, oh my god. She's like, oh my god, it's right there. I'm like, yeah. She's like, I can't believe it. I'm like, oh.
They did find it. I'll give it to them.
I
So
know, that's
what
really
about?
cool. So.
Yeah, but what about like saying Eiffel
Montmartre, the shopping in Paris, obviously, because everything's
Oh,
made in
But you
like.
had a
So what
field
about-
day.
Let me get.
It was a
hey,
couple
stop
days
trying to
where
take
we
up
were
the
shopping.
stop trying to take up the potty. I'm the one asking the questions.
We're
I
just
want you to.
chatting.
Just so before we get into the shopping, So what was the Eiffel Tower like? What was the Louvre like? What was the Arc de
Louvre.
Triomphe like? Just tell me. I know you had a funny Louvre story, so that's why I want to.
What was the funny Louvre story?
Didn't you have a funny Louvre story?
Oh, we thought there was like a bomb in there.
Yeah, well, no, it wasn't
I
funny.
don't think we told him that. I haven't told him that
Oh.
story.
But anyways, just talk about
Well,
what
I
did you
guess
think of?
He's cut us off.
Yeah, well, because mate.
It's not our story.
Hey, I will get to it. Just tell what did you think of the Eiffel Tower and the Arc de Triomphe, and then tell us about the
Eiffel
Louvre.
Tower, waiting for about 3 hours.
Oh.
But like you get
Well,
to
we
top,
wanted-
have
we-
a glass of champagne.
Yeah, we went up to the very, very
Yeah,
top
the
to have
champers.
champagne.
And like it's just like that's vibes. Like
Yeah.
I mean, because it's like there's nothing like that in the world. Like that
No,
has
there
that
isn't.
historical
And it was
value.
so high up. I was like, oh.
And then you have like the Louvre, Mona Lisa, which is like such like pointless,
It's
stupid small
tiny.
painting. When like there's nicer paintings in that exact room that are cooler. But I guess
So what happened?
So-
So what's this story about the Louvre?
We,
you tell us.
so, keep in mind,
I'll get some
like
water.
a few weeks
Can
before,
you please turn the heater off? I'm dying.
we went, that like you know how that person like pied it or put
Yeah,
something
I
on
thought
it?
that's what I thought the story was. I thought you were there when the pie was on.
No,
Oh.
but we finally found it after touring the Louvre for like an hour, walking around trying to find this Mona Lisa. Finally found it, and then they shut the doors.
Oh no.
They were like, "There's something left behind in there." Like, shut the doors.
Oh,
They
really?
got all these like security and everything, and we were like, "Oh no! Like, are we about to like get killed?" Because like obviously,
Are we about to get killed?
I was thinking,
someone left a bag in the room where
like I know what I imagined
No,
was like
you've
a
told
duffel bag.
you have told me this story.
Like, don't you think like a duffel bag? That's what I envisioned. Yeah. So after like we got told there was a duffel bag, like oh no, we didn't get told it was a duffel bag. We got told there was a bag. I was thinking the worst case because obviously like Paris has like had a few experiences like that.
A few experiences. Say that
I've
again.
had a lot, like quite a few
So,
times.
There's a lot of
It
no,
really
not
scares
a
me,
few,
like,
a lot of
everyone's
And
Paris.
it was
so-
very
now.
like they were
No,
really.
but Paris said a lot.
Paris is bad.
They've
Yeah.
had like all these security people come and I was like, Will, should we just leave? Like it's not that important. Like it was kind of
And then we
scary.
both decided we're like
And they're like,
wait
oh,
a
it's-
couple minutes.
yeah. And then we
And then it's
waited,
open.
and then they're like, oh, you can come in now. So
Like,
we're like,
sweet.
okay, it's fine.
And everyone rushed. I thought like as soon as I opened that door, Mona Lisa would be right there.
No.
No, there was like a 400 meter. I don't know, maybe that's I don't know. it was
400 meter
long.
walks
just-
is not.
No, like
not
to
an
the
hour.
end of the. I didn't say an hour, mate.
No,
She said
it
you
was
walk
an hour
around.
from the start of
Yeah,
the
from the
Louvre.
start.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not that long, but for
No, it
us.
was like a while.
Yeah.
But I think we stopped and took some photos.
Yeah.
And then we like had to have a sit down because we were a bit tired.
It's got boring.
These
it's so
guys,
boring.
these guys. This is
No, because the escalators weren't working, and like they're pretty like steep escalators, and we had to like walk up, and I'm like, oh, we need to break off that one, and then we got lost.
You're the oldest fucking 18, 19-year-old people
And then,
I've ever
like,
met in my life.
We walk in there, and there's like thousands of people just swarming in. I'm like, wow, okay,
We
did
actually
not
got to
expect
the
that.
very front.
Yeah.
We took a selfie, and we got,
Yeah.
we got someone to take a photo of us.
And usually people wait like hours. We're like, it took us like 15 minutes to get to the front. Like,
yeah.
I don't know
Well,
why, but it was
I'm a
quick
good
for us.
pusher in a-
We did like we must have
Yeah.
just squeezed our way to the front,
Yeah.
and then like everyone's like trying to get in the middle, and we're like we'd push ourselves in there. And we're like we got the middle spot.
It probably helps that you're kids at the end of the day. So
I mean, I don't-
Adults?
Adults.
you're 18 and 19. You're not still kids. Okay. Anyways, so you do that. You go to the Louvre. How about the food? Oh,
Food at the Louvre.
no.
The
You-
food at the Louvre?
no, the food in general. What was the food in general like in Paris?
It's quite
Oh.
expensive.
I can't eat a croissant back here now after I've had those. Like they were like
They're
they
just
were
like that good.
No, baguettes.
Luke,
Because everything was just, you can tell it was
Oh.
made that morning of. Like,
Yeah,
it
it
was so
was-
fresh. So, like, airy.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know, here you get a croissant and it's, like,
Doesn't
hard.
taste fresh. Like days
It's,
old.
like, obviously, like,
It's
not
just no, but
real.
it's like even like whatever's in it, like it's different over there. It's like
Yeah.
such a nice pastry.
And that one baguette place I made us go to.
Oh, the one that
So
you had gone
good.
to like when you'd been there before. That was good.
Yeah.
And then the ice cream
Oh, the
after.
sorbet.
Was
that-
it ice
I was
cream
like-
good?
I was with
Was the ice
Sophie.
cream good there?
Yeah.
It was so
Oh,
hot.
really?
And I was like, I need an ice cream. So I was like, all right.
And I was like, I'm not going to get one.
And then I was like, do you want one? So I was like, no. I'm like, are you sure? She's like, no. I went and got my mango.
Yep.
She's like, I'm gonna try some. And she starts
Yeah.
scooping. I'm like,
No, it's not like,
start having some. I'm like, okay. You sure you didn't want one?
Shit.
I always do that.
It was sweet though. So.
That's fine. All love.
Only
So then
with
I
ice
got
cream,
another
though.
one like the day after. I was like, I'll get 2 scoops, please. So I was like, I don't want one. I was like, I'll get 2 scoops. What happens again? Same pasta.
I think you just get your own ice cream.
Well, we
from
did a
now
lot
on.
of
Thing is,
walking in
'cause I like-
Paris.
I'm not like I'm an ice cream girl sometimes, but not often. And, like, I never have
They
sorbet.
were different over there.
And they're like, when I saw Will have it, I was like, damn.
It looked good.
I had a good gelato.
And it was
in
like there was nothing better
Italy.
than a gelato after walking. Like we
Yeah.
walked so much.
Our
like-
steps account was, like, so high.
So you in Paris for how long?
4 nights.
nights.
So then you go off to Nice, right?
south of
Oh,
France.
Nice.
Yeah, that was our first like bit of the summer for the start of the year. Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So what was
Like,
Nice?
wow.
What was how long were you in Nice
Well, I
for?
heard 4 nights.
Yeah.
And what was nice?
Hotel
What was
like,
nice
looked
like?
at, well, the Iron Man was on when we were there,
Oh really?
Yeah.
which was pretty cool. Like one morning, I wake up, it's like 8 a.m.
So was it like pretty busy?
Yeah, it was busy.
Very busy.
But it was really fun. Like but all the like beaches have like full rocks,
Yeah, that was.
which is like a very European thing. But it was like we had our Crocs, so we were fine. But
Yeah, Crocs were the smartest.
Fucking Crocs, I swear to God.
But like they had like the beach clubs, like restaurants on the beach, and like little like
Beach
Nice,
clubs,
they, had, like,
eh?
they literally have nightclubs like on the beach. Like, 'cause that's,
get
like-
your
on, mate?
no, we were like, because we were still very jet lagged at that point, so we never
yeah.
Cats,
And
cats,
because in
cats.
Paris, everything got dark until like 10:30.
Who's in Paris?
Uh-huh.
Who's in Paris?
When we were in Paris.
he's been a dick.
I don't get it.
Kanye West.
Oh.
It's Kanye West
But
song.
no, like also because we'd be in the sun, just sitting in the sun all day, and the day would be like, oh, it's like
We got Macca's there twice.
Yeah, Macca's was
One
good
night
there.
we were like so tired. We ordered like we went into Macca's and we like ate it in our hotel room on the floor.
that was our last night, I think.
Oh
No.
really?
Yeah,
was it?
maybe. And then
I don't know.
Remember the day we were supposed to leave to get to the
Yeah, we
airport?
were like late.
we were like we had had lunch, but then we went. We're like, oh, let's go get like some wine or. Yeah, we had
yeah,
wine.
no, we had lunch there, and we had a bottle of wine, and we went to the
Another
hotel
one?
because we had to move our bags, and then
We
we were
had
like, oh,
time.
we have like an hour. Got like I don't know what we got. We got a couple more glasses, and then we're like, what's the time? Like, oh,
No, we bought a bottle. I remember.
yeah. it
And then we
was-
were like, oh no, we're supposed to be there already.
For
and then
fuck's
we're
sake.
like, we'll
But
finish
it's
this off
fine,
and then we'll go.
'cause
For
Nice,
fuck's
like,
sake,
the airport, you're
shake
meant
my
to get like
head.
an hour early.
Like the international
meant-
flights are
you
really
reckon
like our domestic
it's not
domestic flights.
It's not an hour. It's 2. It's 2 hours early for domestic.
Yeah, but like you
Yeah,
get
there,
there,
you
you
can
so
get
fast,
there.
like you could
Yeah.
be late. And
You get a half an hour before flight.
Really?
Especially in
care.
Mykonos, remember?
Was
Mykonos
Nice a
was-
small? Was it Nice a small airport?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was, like even the Paris airport we flew out from to go to Nice, that was very small.
Oh really?
That like little domestic airport, that was
Most-
tiny.
Really?
Because they call them international flights.
Karaoke.
That was the highlight.
Tell
of
me
Paris.
about.
That
So
was
tell
the
me
highlight.
That
about.
was the
So
highlight.
tell me about. I was gonna bring up the drinking and all the photos I remember. I want the full story because I don't know the full story of all of them. So give me the karaoke night. So how do we end up there? So did
So
you go
our
for dinner?
first-
So did you go for dinner or
Our
something?
first, no, we went to go like look at these shops and like they were like closing. We got there and they were
So the shops are
closed.
pretty. And we'll talk about shops after.
And then I was like, oh, should we go over to the bar? And so I was like, I'll have a couple of drinks. We get there and I'm like, oh, what do you like? And she's like, oh, Coca-Cola. I'm like, that's like,
You thought I meant alcoholic.
and she's like, no, I meant like a couple like Cokes. And then I was like, we'll order like this big fishbowl cocktail, like huge, like you wouldn't find that here, like massive.
yeah, you do, but they're a
Yeah,
couple.
but like-
It's pretty rare. Yeah.
Very rare, especially
Yeah.
like for like fish for like 20 euros. If
Was
not
this just
even.
some like random bar you
Just
just?
some
Yeah,
random
just
bar?
some
No, it
random,
was a
like, very
restaurant.
typical-
Oh, it was this was
And
at
then
a
And
restaurant.
then we didn't find out until like hours later when we decided to go inside. There was a karaoke bar in there.
Wait, inside the restaurant.
Yeah, so
And there
then
was
we
like happy hour as well, so we had a few other cocktails.
What time was it?
I don't know.
we had a flight next morning. We'd be up like 7 a.m.
No, but what time was it? Yeah.
It was like
like
we didn't go inside until like 11 maybe.
So there was happy hour to like 11.
no.
happy hour ended way early, but we were
Okay, I was gonna say.
we're drinking
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah,
Happy hour
yeah.
ended like 9 or 8 or something.
That's whole mad. Like happy hours here
Yeah, it
and
ended
are
pretty late.
46.
Yeah.
Because
And
people,
then-
I feel like they don't like people don't go out until night on Paris. Like
They
the
do-
sun
it's
doesn't go
dead
out.
during
No,
the
it's
day
not
from,
even
like,
Paris.
The sun doesn't go out.
It's not
till,
Paris. It's
It's
Europe.
Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Paris'
mainly, like,
sun was
Greece.
like 10 p.m.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was like it was like at 10 p.m. It was like this.
Oh really?
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
like more like
No,
light.
it's lighter.
Yeah, I have a phone on my phone. It was like it says the top 10, 15 p.m. and it's like looks like it's like 2 p.m.
Mental.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we saw the karaoke.
So what do we? What do
and
we?
we
we
had
had
a
to.
few fishbowl.
I can't believe this
cocktails.
kid, buddy, got up in the karaoke.
I had to.
We got a, well, I was a bit
We need to go to
drunk.
Beach Road and do that. Maybe you and Yes on the
Beach
mic
Road.
at Beach Road. Not
No
Beach Road. I meant
karaoke?
not Beach Road. No, I meant Robin Hood.
Robin
What's
Hood
that?
Hotel.
No, they have. No, they do. Trust me, it
It's
hits.
in Waverley.
Mate,
It's in the corner. yeah,
we're getting
it's
on the
so bad.
me, him and Yes, and are getting on the
Mm.
The
karaoke for
That
sure.
was so fun though.
That was probably like that. Maybe the highlight of Paris was like.
No,
When
we
would
met
you
that
do
random
that?
guy, and he like had bottle service, like a huge like bottle of like some fancy champagne.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest thing, and he just kept talking to us.
I was like,
Um,
how's someone like, no, we're
I was a
alright.
bit,
No,
I was a
we're
bit
okay, fuck
skeptical.
off.
I was like,
Well, it was a bit
has
like
he spiked
Dodge.
it? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it was offering like everyone.
he was
there.
old as
Oh,
well,
really?
so I was like,
Probably.
why are you here alone? Like,
Yeah,
Bit
it
of a
was very,
loser.
like weird, like very
like he was
sus.
really persistent to give us this wine.
Weird.
Did we end up drinking it? I feel like we may have.
I think we may have had a couple glasses of it.
My boy.
Yeah.
My boy. And then okay, so you did. And what about I know this is skipping ahead because I'm just thinking of drinking. What the 11 shot night? So what was?
EOS.
that EOS?
EOS,
So
that
what
was-
Well, EOS was like 35 euros for 7 shots. I think
and
it
a
was
t-shirt
no, it was
or
like
a
30
hoodie,
euros. You get we like a jersey or something.
Yeah, but you started drinking like during the day.
Yeah, so we wanted to go to just sit down. I think I don't know what we were thinking. We went to this place called the Fun Pub.
Yeah,
and
like
I saw
A
this.
fun
it was an Irish pub.
Yeah, it was really cool, and I saw this 7-shot challenge. I was like, oh, free hat. That sounds good.
I do 7 shots right now.
So I ordered it, and I was like, oh, these like pretty much non-alcoholic. Like
Yeah, they were very.
well, the first one seemed quite strong, but I didn't even get like tipsy or anything. And I was like, girl, like you'd think after 7 shots I'd feel something. Anyway, I didn't. So then we ordered more because Will wanted a hat. And then we went.
Soft.
Did we have more after that?
No, and then we wanted a singlet.
Then we wanted a singlet. So then we ordered 7 more, and then we
Jesus
both wanted
Christ.
one.
Oh, no, then I think we may have went back after that. And then
Yeah.
a couple of hours went by, like, it was nighttime, we're like, come back, and I was like, I want a singlet now.
Yeah.
And then went to an actual nightclub, and I was like, I want a jersey.
What was it called again?
Really
Popular. Everyone knows it.
Everyone knows it.
the
that goes-
club that I went to, it was
Oh, you got the jersey. What?
jersey, but no, Traffic Bar.
Traffic. That was
Traffic
it.
Bar.
And then I wanted a jersey too.
No, then I think we went back and it was like, and then the next night was our last night, and we went to dinner and we
They
finished
were
dinner
really
like
nice.
1.
Well, they like let us in free entry,
then-
like let us skip
yeah.
the line, kind of thing.
They were like so nice. That was so nice. And then the next night we'd be up at like 6 o'clock to get the ferry, and then it was like 1 a.m. we finished dinner, and so I was like, I want a jersey, so we had to go and have 7 more shots.
They let
Jesus
us in for
Christ.
free again.
Got a free entry. Went and did
Remembered
7
us.
shots with the jersey. Had a quick dance, and then we were out of there. Like probably in and out in
We
like
did
20
one with
minutes.
the bartender, remember?
Yeah, and then we got the bartender in there to have a shot with us even.
Yeah.
And like one of the security
Good
guys like,
form.
come have a shot with us.
But that
Good
hotel
form.
was awful.
In EOS. Oh.
It was a backpackers slash.
Good
hotel.
form. Now let's-
Armadillos.
Let's track back. Let's track back.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Been too
Okay,
far.
so we've done. Okay, so we've done Nice. Where are we after Nice?
We went to Santorini.
Santorini.
So you're in Santorini. How was? Just give me.
Santorini.
How was just give me a couple. Give me a
He
couple.
vomited his
Both of
guts
us.
out.
Well, the first night both of us had been agreed, so we went short to expect about like, and we got to the hotel. It was pitch dark,
We arrived at 12 o'clock at night.
and then we opened the door and we're
Fucking
like, interesting.
There's
And I
two
messaged
single beds.
I messaged Michael Jura, and I'm like, mate, is this normal? And I sent him a video. He said something. He was like, that's fucking normal or something like that. He was like, that's normal.
You snob or something.
He's like, you're a snob, that's normal, mate. And I was like, oh, alright. And then we hated it at the start, and then 2 days later, get to like a few nights before we're back, a night before we go back,
We
I'm
wanted
like,
to stay.
like, we love this place. It's so like family run.
Owned. We had like a little bar there. Drinks were like €2.
Yeah,
like
for
€4
for
or
like
something.
a big mythos.
500 mil like huge beer.
Yeah.
And like everyone was so friendly. Like we got stuck in like the main town, and we didn't have any
Came-
cash
yeah.
or our card to get cash out. And like we called the hotel, like by any chance could you come pick us up? They were like, yeah, of course. They didn't make us pay until a few days later when we had cash.
Yeah, we didn't pay until like the day we left.
Yeah, it was like, oh, don't worry, just when you leave, like pay.
Yeah, they were so nice
They were
about it.
so relaxed.
It was
really
great.
good.
Yeah, like Santorini was nice.
My
With
friend was there, remember?
yeah.
So you had a good time in Santorini.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that night. That was.
On the last night we met up with my friend who was there.
Let's get on the beers.
We're
actually
on like the
coffees.
martinis all night.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we had the
got-
shisha. That's what's
Oh, this is where is this where the Shisha
the shisha.
Will
What's
started?
it called? Big Boy.
The big boy shisha.
Is this
Give
where-
us the big boy.
Is this where Shisha Will started?
No, what's
No.
it called in
That was
Paris?
before.
I think we had one on the first time in Paris.
Will's now addicted to Shisha.
I'm not addicted. That's
Will's,
How can
be-
you get addicted?
Will's becoming a Will's becoming a full-time Shisha dealer. Just hit him up.
you can't say that, mate. That's
I'm joking.
But
Okay,
he
so you-
vomited when we were about to leave.
Oh, mate, he loves to vomit
He
when he's about to
does.
leave, or when we're
Yeah.
walking somewhere. He
can't
loves to
walk. When I
vomit.
drink, I needed to sit there. I don't
Whenever he
like to walk.
walks back to the car, or wants to go back to a
Remember
car,
after
wants to
your
leave.
birthday?
That's what I'm coming. That's what the story
Yeah,
is coming.
I can't walk after drinking. I
He's
like to
not.
stay
He
in my
doesn't.
spot.
He doesn't. So okay. So in Santorini, and then you went to Mykonos, and what was the other Greek island?
We went to Paros, Naxos, Mykonos.
Mykonos. Okay,
and
so-
that might be it.
Okay, so those three. So quickly tell us about Mykonos and
Mykonos
You're
was a
the-
piss take.
everybody.
Yeah,
What you have kept going on about is how you think it's
I
quite
think it's
overhyped.
overrated.
I think Naxos and Mykonos were just too windy, especially like,
Yeah.
we went to the beach and it was really hot outside, but the wind made it freezing.
Well, at night time in Mykonos, we were in like
Pants
what
and
we're
a
wearing
jumper
now. It's like it's cold.
Really?
and everything.
Hey,
Like
nightlife any good?
yeah,
I think it's good, but it's like overly expensive. in Mykonos.
Like we
most
actually
places.
asked people about like shisha prices. It was like 200 euros for some places.
Yeah, like 100 to
For the
500. When you
basic
can be in
one.
like you could be in like Paros or anywhere like ours.
For 20 euros
Like 20
max.
euros. If
What
that,
date
yeah.
was it at this point? What was
This was like the end of
It was
July.
been like July.
No, it was not the end of the July.
Start of July.
Oh,
July 14th maybe.
Yeah, around then.
No, it'd been like July 10th. I don't know. Yeah.
okay.
But yeah, Mykonos, I got really sick in.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, this is where the fucking
Yeah.
Dofa cough started.
Still have it.
Yeah, you still that cough.
And you still got that fucking cough. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Almost-
Mykonos.
Doctor
Mykonos
said it was
is-
nothing. I was like, I don't think that's
Mm.
nothing.
I was dying inside. But this is where, mate. This is where the Big Sam starts his Europe journey.
You don't want to know your Europe journey, mate.
So the big dog hunt. So I get to London. Then
Yeah.
you go to the bathroom.
Okay.
That's fine. So me and Will can talk about London. So are you gonna be the host now?
Alright, so you left on
I left on the 6th of
when did you
July.
leave? 6th of July. You went en route to London.
Route to London on the 7th
Give
of
us
July. I'm not
give us
gonna
a
talk all
rundown
about
on. I just very brief.
What do you wanna know?
We don't want to stand phrase, so just like straight to the conclusion.
What do you want to know? Tell me.
Favorite bit and worst bit about London.
Okay, and then I'll tell
No,
good
no,
moments.
just
No,
favourite
I
bit.
can. This is my podcast. My life. It's all about the females need to know
Alright.
what they expected to get.
Okay.
So, okay, obviously I get to London, I go see the sights, and, it was great things like Chelsea. One of the really good days was, it was the second day I was there. It's the first day I slept most of the day because I was so jet lagged and flying 27 hours
Like way there.
of traveling. So the next day I go to Buckingham Palace, which is bloody amazing. I recommend that to everybody. Please do that. I met these. I was staying in hostels the whole time, and I met these really good, nice people. These other Australians from Adelaide. It would be great if they're watching this. And I met up, and it was great seeing. It was great. We decided to go out that night. We had a great time.
So, I'm sure whoever has Sam on Instagram.
You've
saw a lot
seen
of
that.
videos.
Also, I went to the Wimbledon, and this was when Nick Kyrgios was meant to play, but obviously Nadal, not Nadal, was it Djokovic? No, Nadal.
No, it was Nadal.
No, yeah, Nadal pulled out because
he
of
had
an
an
injury. Yeah, he
His
pulled
back
out.
or something. I don't know.
But I still got to watch him train Nick Kyrgios, which is pretty cool. And it's
Days
like,
before Nick Kyrgios had a mental
grand-
breakdown on court once
yes,
again.
once again, we got started on that, and then we decided to go out that night. Went to this club called Tiger, and then had like this cool Mexican food. So it was like
That's London, right?
that was a pretty good first night, and then I'm not going into it, so you shut your fucking mouth. But like we went and did I went and did like a tour of Chelsea. I went into like all around London. Like went to Wembley, went to this place called Stanmore. Went to a couple of museums. British Museum's really good. Everybody, you definitely should go have a look.
I
at
got
that.
a question for you.
And yes, William.
What was both of your highlights from the cruise?
No, let me just finish.
Sagava.
You wait.
Sagava.
You wait. And then we now we'll tell them about the how I get chicks, bro.
No, stop.
No, it's my podcast. I'm gonna talk about what I want to talk about. So, so I go to this this place called the Roxy with a friend of mine that I met the day before at this pub crawl named Miles. Shout out to Miles from Denver. Yeah, but that we're laughing about that because I have a friend named Denver. If you didn't know, and then this chick just wanted me because of my Australian accent, and
Oh my god.
let's just say it was a good night for her. And
You're such a tosser, mate.
I am, but you have to be. So yeah, but London was, apart from obviously getting chicks, London was bloody great. I had a great time in London. Honestly, I really recommend London to everybody because there's just so much to do there. And you're not gonna like be like, oh, what do I do the next hour or the next day, because there's multiple things. And if you ever want to know more about London, you can call me.
I got a couple questions because we got to finish this off soon.
So
For both of you,
the cruise, yeah.
favorite part of the cruise.
Oh, actually, quickly. So my highlight of London was going on that Chelsea tour, and the low light was obviously I travelled by myself, so there was moments when you're like, I wish I was with other people.
Yeah.
So
All right. So highlight of the cruise. I got another
You
good
go.
question.
You
I
go
go
first.
by myself.
I'll go first. I'll go quickly. So highlight of the cruise was definitely I think it was probably Florence. I really like because we were going off and seeing Florence, And then, you know, I obviously got another chick on the cruise because I get chicks. So that was a really funny time. Some of you would have seen the
It
videos.
was funny to watch, mate.
It was very funny
I mean,
to watch.
it was a bit like second-hand embarrassing.
It was, but it was great. And then the low light was
Insert the video.
it seemed like a low light seemed like half the girls on that boat had a boyfriend. So no, but even so,
I don't think the cruise was, you know.
the Corfu wasn't that great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Dubrovnik.
Dubrovnik
Yeah,
I
was
would go back
amazing.
there for like a month.
I don't know if I could
No,
go to
I
Dubrovnik
don't
for
go
a
month.
month.
I would go
Actually,
for
well,
a
you can go to you can go around Croatia.
Yeah, I'd go to Croatia maybe for like
Oh yeah, that's
a
what I mean.
month, but like I would go to Dubrovnik for like 2 days, 3 days.
I need a good few days so you can go to like huge castle, nightclub, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's my boy right there. He knows what the king's about.
I don't know what my favorite.
What about
One
the
thing-
actual boat?
The actual boat, I liked how it was just like. Oh.
buffet.
It had a good vibe.
The
I just
buffet.
no,
The
that
hot
was the
chips.
worst.
I like
I
the
wanted-
cigar. The cigar bar was fun.
I just
It was
like the
it was
vibe
so,
about it.
chill. But there's like I don't really have anything
The
bad to
casino.
say.
Oh, I've
about
got a
it.
story.
The only thing that wasn't good was I should have been a stay day at the end because like it was
I
so
wish it
jam
would've-
packed. Like
yeah,
there
no, I
wasn't
wish
any
it
time
would've
to like you go from Dubrovnik, Pompeii.
We had
Florence,
one
all that
seater,
stuff,
so it was the first. We went to we go to after obviously they were in Greece and I went to it and I was in England. We met in Rome and then Mum and Dad met us a couple of days later and then we went the next day. And we went the day after that on the cruise. So we went first. We had you get on boats usually middle of the day, afternoons. We do that. Then we on the cruise. Then we're on the full day on the cruise and then we're in where were we?
Dubrovnik.
Dubrovnik. Yes, we're in Dubrovnik and then.
Corfu.
Then we went to it was a place in Italy first, and then
Oh,
Corfu.
I love the balcony.
I think we might have gone to Sicily or something. I can't remember. For the next, and then we went to Corfu, and then we went to Florence, then Naples, and I'm missing another place in Italy, and then we went back to Messina,
I'm saying it, yeah.
and then we went back to Rome, and then we obviously went back to Rome. So it was
Yeah.
you was of the 7 days, you're 1 day at sea.
Yeah, it was like a very jam-packed 7 days.
It was, but it was.
Tiring.
And then
Walking
we
around
finished
the-
off our holiday in
Then we went to
what's it called?
Lutraki.
Lutraki.
Well, and then we after that we spent a couple more days in Rome. I think you guys might have spent maybe a
No,
day. It was a day. You had a full
We
day.
left the day.
You had a full day.
The day we left the cruise, we left that night.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So we had and then me, Mum, and Dad went to Athens, which is fucking amazing. So much to do in Athens. Had a time of my life, and they went to Lutraki with former guest of the podcast, Mark Andromoulos. And then these two were going to go home, and Will decided he wanted to stay longer.
Left me.
Left Dover, and Dover. Was that your first time flying by yourself, by the way?
Yes.
How was that? It's not that bad.
I had a weird man next to me.
Did
I
you
don't
want
know if I told you this.
No, tell us, please.
So I have a-
Blanket man.
Yeah.
Tell
I like
us.
to sleep on my
You haven't
flights
told me this.
to just get it over and done with.
Yeah, for good
So
call.
I was like asleep, and this like man, he wasn't old, so he was like a guy, a guy.
It was a man.
Yeah, this was a boy, and he was probably
It's a
like
boy.
20
Love
something.
says,
It was a boy.
20 something,
He's 20.
and he kind of just like my blanket obviously falls down when I'm asleep, and I like to like curl up in a ball onto my seat, like, and he just kept like I kept feeling like this kind of like tug, and he was like pulling my blanket up, so it was just weird, and then like he would tap me and be like, "Do you want another blanket?" And
What
I'm
the
like,
fuck?
I just felt really like,
Yeah,
and
that's
then
very-
when we were leaving, he like got my suitcase down for me, which was really nice because I was struggling.
Sure.
And then he just kind of starts walking off with it, and I'm like, oh no, like it's okay, like I'll take it because obviously I don't know who the hell this
Yeah.
guy is, like it's a bit weird.
Yeah.
And then I was a bit like, where do I go? Like it was
It's
kind of
weird.
scary, and I was just like,
Talking about weird men.
Let me. No, we're not.
No,
No,
we
let
have
me-
to.
No, we will. We're
We
almost
have to
done.
shift.
We will. No, we're almost done. So then, me and Will, we go to this place called Rhodes, which is a Greek island, which was bloody great. We were only there for a night, and we went to this place called Kazi. That's where Jerry's family's all from. And to be honest, I didn't really enjoy it that much. It was good some days.
He just casually says,
It
I
just-
didn't enjoy it.
It wasn't.
I didn't mind it. I think it was just very like there wasn't much to
I
do.
I don't know if I'll be going back. No offense.
Because it's just like you go there, like you don't do anything. You just like
There's
sit
just-
by the harbour because that's not really a beach.
There just isn't a lot to do. And then I flew back a couple of days later, and then Will flew back a day after me.
So
So
I got picked up from the airport from Sarah.
and then I got picked up by the Uber driver. And then the Uber man picked me up and gave me a kiss.
All right, yeah, because you like me.
You
What the
kiss me,
fuck?
kiss
Shut. Anyways.
What did you just say?
me. Have you not seen that?
Yes. we
Yeah,
have.
the ad break, like the insurance. I think it was insurance.
Okay.
Just,
Just,
yeah,
yeah.
kiss me,
Yeah. Yeah. It was.
Rhonda.
Right, yeah.
Rhonda.
Yeah,
Stop.
and just
Stop.
rang her
Yeah,
up,
we got to stop trying to hijack the podcast.
Sorry.
Okay. So
That
what?
was the old time.
So
ad
what
break,
Will, if you keep hearing Will and he says, "Oh, let's talk about this guy," Will's trying to talk about Andrew Tate. So Mr.
Okay.
So it's a
Tate.
topic that must be addressed.
So we have this is our final topic before we get into the 10. So
But what?
the 10, you know the 10.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. So the Andrew Tate.
Is that
Firstly,
F-wit.
so
Let's get
this is
Sophie's
no.
opinion
Before
on
we
it.
get your opinion on it,
You get
today
it.
today he
Everyone knows Andrew Tate is.
no, but today he was banned on Instagram and Facebook.
Good.
So before you say good, so that's when this was filmed.
Sam loves him, if you can't tell.
So clearly, which is that's gonna. I haven't looked on Twitter and Instagram and
Is he still on
social
Twitter?
media. I would imagine. I haven't looked on these social medias. I didn't. I just saw this morning, and I haven't been on my phone that much the last couple of hours. So I saw that, and it's quite interesting because he's obviously a very opinionated man, and most of his stuff is fucking horrible. But he does say some things which are true about work ethic and about how you should he does say good stuff about love. You shouldn't be you shouldn't be having 5 wives unless you're like some king from some.
So what? He thinks he's a king.
He calls himself the
Even
top
if you're
G.
a king, you shouldn't have
He
5
calls himself the
wives.
top G. He's at the end of the day, he's a funny cunt.
His way to put it is
He
he's
is.
living in like the
It's
18th
funny
century
'cause
where like the king would have
5 wives. He would.
And like, he talks about life from his human experience is not statistical. Like
The thing at the end
proof.
of the
Like,
day,
that's
he's a
the
very
problem.
controversial person, and he would be because the thing is, it's because he is not the stereotypical
I-
person you see in social media that hides. Most social media people, no offense to them, they hide behind a camera and they're not themselves in real life, and that's and they do, and he's trying to get views, so he's going to. This is obviously what he's like. I assume he's not to the extent he is, but he is saying controversial stuff and he's getting more views, and then
But it's not controversial. It's just
It is.
completely wrong. Most of the stuff he says about everything he says about women is just completely.
insane.
Well, it's like the thing you said about how
I
like
hope I get him on the podcast.
how
at
like
some
he
point.
wouldn't let
That'd be
a woman
amazing.
drive his car because she'll crash it. It's like that's just from his.
The
He's
fact
not.
about
He's,
OnlyFans that got me so.
well, the
riled
problem with
up.
that is like he's not talking about like actual statistics.
That's the only bad things I
Because
get to say.
insurance, like if you look at actual insurance companies and like the statistics prove that more men crash a car, but he's like he thinks that because it happened to him, which is his experience, it means it happens to everyone, which isn't true. So
Just the thing is,
do you know what I mean? There,
he just
Like-
at the end of the day, he just voices his opinion, and
He's-
his
he's-
opinion is
He's just not a good guy.
he's treating life like it's the Bible.
exactly. At the end, he
Like
is.
he does what he does. He says what he wants, and like he thinks.
He thinks he's the top. He thinks
He
he
thinks
thinks
he's
he's
like-
a god.
yeah,
He thinks
which is
he's a
like-
god. Like, but then
He's
you
the
have.
only thing that's smart about him is that he scammed so many people from joining the university.
That's what I
Like-
exactly. That's what
Or
I
like
wanted to
how
talk
like
about
the
next.
shit he says has obviously got so much attraction from people that like it's made him more famous because like
Well,
there's so many men out there that are like, oh,
So
this
let
is my
me-
role
let
model.
me
I only
quickly-
found his name a few weeks ago.
Let me quickly
Can I quickly-
tell you about. Go on,
Let's
go on,
go.
go on, Dofa.
I saw this girl put on a story on a
Yeah.
private story Andrew Tate's Instagram and how it comes up with the mutuals.
Yeah, okay.
And then everyone started searching up who this person was because obviously most girls wouldn't know who he is. And then now it's a thing for girls to go on and see what guys follow him and they just
Unfollow.
unfollow.
That's
Yeah,
funny
like-
because a friend of mine told me this. My friend of mine was saying she was doing that the other day as well, which is quite
But
funny.
like I do think everything he pretty much says is bullshit. And
I'll give you one.
but he's
I'll give you one.
he's smart in the sense
That's what I
of
was gonna say.
that he's the fact what he says has gotten so much.
If you want to
attraction.
grow on
There's
social,
so many men out there that it's like just the way. It's
if you want to
space.
grow on social media and you want to be an
different.
influencer and you want
You
to,
should be an influencer. It's
you
almost
should
really
not.
Good.
No, no,
You
no.
should influence it.
I'm not saying you shouldn't say what he is, but
Even
if
though-
you looked at if you just break it down to the bare bone and look at his social media plan and his marketing, he's made this thing called Hustlers University where he's helping people make money, and he's getting
It
money
also
from it.
teaches people
He's
how to
But
get a
teaching
girl.
young
No, no,
men
no, no,
a
no.
false
I know.
sense of
No,
reality.
no. I'm not
I
saying.
agree.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, and he is getting them to post stuff on TikTok where they're making money because of it's their account. They're getting the ad revenue for it, and then he's getting more people come to him.
But the
because
problem is
because the thing he doesn't have a TikTok, and what is his? everybody's For You page, every second post is
Yeah.
Andrew Tate. Even
On
if
a
you have,
podcast.
even if you've never liked or viewed an Andrew
But the
Tate
problem
thing.
with all like these like young guys, because obviously the majority of them are like 12 to like 16-year-olds.
No, I would say he's a
19.
big no.
To
He's,
nine- to like
he's a big
24
18
maybe.
to 25 demographic.
No,
Yeah,
there's
18,
a lot of
25,
young
whatever.
people.
But
That's
like,
There
the
probably
issue.
is.
Well, like the
There
people
probably
that like
is,
And
but-
that's
the
what
problem with it
everyone's worried about.
is he's influencing these type of kids to be like him, and like they're gonna try to do that, and they're gonna get like slapped in the face from girls,
Hey.
and like hated by most girls.
At the end of the day, this is going to
Because
be
he's trying to teach them
this
how
is
to
going to
get
be
a goal.
this clip right here is going to be clipped to my TikTok, and you put Andrew Tate's name in it, and this watch
We're
the
giving him more attention.
it's giving him more
Yeah.
attention,
Get Sammy more views,
and it's
though.
getting me more views. That's what I was trying to say. So it works both ways. He's one of the only figures when he gets like I've talked about other famous people and put it up on my TikTok, and I've got not a single thing. But watch this one.
But yeah, to sum up,
Be one of my
with
hi-
him, he's just an idiot
Anyway, so we'll do
and a misogynist pig, pretty much.
back into it. So now William already knows this part, but we have this part called the 10. These are 10 general questions,
Oh.
and
10 questions.
you've got to answer them, and we'll I want to you can answer some of them because some of them
You
are
let me know what ones
subject
you want me to answer.
So
Take it away.
first one, which you both can
Hey,
answer.
this is Sophie's first ever appearance.
I know.
It
That's what I'm
is.
saying.
15 minutes turned into an hour and a bit.
The first one is tell us about your most recent social media post, both of you, because you.
God, how do I?
Oh, mine was from Europe.
Yeah, I know, but
was-
tell us,
Can I
but
grab
as
the
in,
phone?
give us a story about
Do you
like
want to
the
do something on my
post.
phone?
Oh yeah.
Just tell us about the story. What's yours as well?
Oh, mine's just a photo.
It's just a photo. It's just a
That's
photo.
all
Oh.
it is to say.
Mine's
look.
me
Oh,
in
say it.
Athens.
Oh, I took that photo.
So give us the story of that photo. So that's yours.
It was my last day in Europe, and I
Was.
wanted to spend it at the pool.
Boring, but okay.
Fun. I got really burned actually.
Did ya?
Yeah, you can see my arm.
Oh, you're very red.
Yeah.
As you can tell, Sophie burns up quite easily.
As you
Then
can
this
see.
one was in Loutraki.
Oh, so cute.
Another
This
Athens.
was in Athens.
I
That was a
fucking-
funny
That's a good
photo.
yeah.
I fucking love
This
Athens.
one too.
So funny. So
You're
funny.
just such a dickhead, sis.
And that
Sorry.
was, yeah.
That was a good one.
Oh.
Okay, and
So
we.
sad. It's
well-
like over.
Mine's my last. Actually, it was posted my last day as well. It's just a photo of like stuff in Kazi and roads.
Nice,
So,
nice,
yeah.
nice. That's very classy.
Posted a lot of. I think I posted like 10 photos.
I posted
That's
so many.
10. I
So
posted
much.
like 20.
What's the next question, mate?
So, William, I really wish I should have wrote this down and see who was your biggest inspiration before. But who's been your biggest inspiration in the last, let's say, 10 months? And then Sophie, who's your biggest inspiration?
I don't really have like inspiration. I don't
As
know.
in like someone we know.
It can be anything. Anyone. It can be a
Um,
celebrity. It can be your mum. It can be your fucking dog. It can
My
be
family. All of them.
My family.
fair enough.
I don't know. Next question.
Ah,
What
boring.
about
dude.
me?
Well, obviously everyone around me inspires me to do better. Oh yeah, there's everyone that's like in my circle of people, like family,
Nice,
friends.
nice, nice.
Sophie,
Dill, Jack, and Soph, and Big Sam. That's what you need. And Big Yesto.
this guy.
Um,
Everyone around me like inspires me to be the best I can be.
So,
Work hard, so-
William, what is your worst drunk experience within the last 10 months? So it's all the last 10
The
months.
worst what?
drunk
Experience. And then Dofi, what's your worst drunk experience? It can be a funny story. This can be a
Probably
funny story.
San Antonio, I guess, was in like the most
Yeah.
latest one because I was like having a little vomit. So
I
That
got
one.
There's a funny photo of you and you just look so drunk.
yeah, and Sophie like, usually like your girlfriend will care for you when you're like sort of dying, but
Yeah,
Sophie's like
she-
this. Oh, quickly for my fan page.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
to
yeah.
get the content.
And then I was like gagging
but then
because
she's
it's so
like-
gross.
And she's like, no, I need to get the content.
Yeah, so
Like,
Sophie
shit.
does. So Sophie and will both have private Instagrams, which
Well, I haven't posted. I really
Same.
they
don't
but they
post.
run it. They run it. So Sophie runs this one called
Most
Will
embarrassing
Will
photos.
Frazer
No,
fan page.
Fraser fan page.
And then Sophie
Yeah.
Will has one called Sophie fan page, and Sophie doesn't just put up pictures of Will. She's put up pictures.
the
there's been-
captions are the best part.
We
Yeah,
went to
they-
this trivia with again we fucking keep talking about this bloody kid Michael Drumler. Seriously, mate, I'm sick of talking about you. Fucking- just get back to Australia, you dog. And then we had a trivia night with him and a couple of our friends, and we're walking, and then I go sit down and I go look at my phone on my Instagram for a second, and then I just go see a whole thing. The wild Sam Fraser's out in the public, and I'm like, Jesus Christ! I was just walking over
I'm
to
like a
get.
stalker.
No, we do have
And then
some
there's
good,
there's ones of like me and Will playing
we
basketball.
do post some good content on there.
I think mine's better than yours.
Sophie's one is better.
I bet I could guess your worst drunk experience lately.
So you
Paris.
no, it doesn't have to be lately for can be ever. What's your like you just give us a funny drunk story.
Oh, I have a funny one. I was at a Vocar. Like,
Yeah.
we have like a place in Pickett's Valley, and I had friends over. Like, there's probably 8 or something of us, and we were underage, so we felt really naughty,
never
like
heard this one.
drinking. Anyway, I got really drunk, and I'm like sitting on like there's like obviously a farm, like you have picket fences kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Picket, I don't know.
You get full
But we're
over
sitting
it.
on it, and we're about to take a disposable, and I don't really know what happened, but I have videos, and I think I like flipped off the back of it, had grazes like all over
Oh,
me.
I think you showed me the video.
Yeah.
It was like dark.
And I'm like, I had a lollipop in my mouth.
Nice.
I don't know why.
Hot.
But yeah,
Nice.
and then I remember throwing up in the shower on FaceTime to some random boy, and my friend's like,
Oh, yeah.
let me take the phone away. And I was like, no, you can't take
How
it.
dare you talk to other boys before my I'm joking. Yeah, funny.
Very embarrassing.
Have I told her the Darwin story? I'm not going to because I've said it about 4 times in this podcast.
Yeah,
Tell me
I don't
later.
know what.
Not the
story.
Darwin story, the fucking
Yeah, you said that's the story.
the Newcastle story I meant. Have I told you about the Newcastle story?
Newcastle.
Tell
It's
us
like
Sophie
fake.
later.
It's like it's the famous story. You gotta listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
Seriously, Sophie.
will.
Yeah, maybe not.
Will hasn't even listened to his own podcast.
I've never watched a podcast.
Well, my own brother's not watched a full one. Anyways, the next
I
one.
haven't either.
So
Snippets.
any new celebrity crushes, William?
No.
There must be one. Come on.
So,
So, and because the question is,
Lady Gaga.
the question is, who was your first celebrity crush? And Will's.
I don't think I have a celebrity crush at the moment.
I have a
sorry.
new one. Austin Butler. He's so hot. After I saw him
Yeah,
at the
you
Elvis
froth him.
premiere, I was like, Jesus Christ. You're
That's
hot.
enough about other men. Okay. What's your favorite activity to do?
Activities to
It
do.
can be anything. Unfortunately, I just saw what was mouthed. Thank God the viewers didn't see it because
You have to
it's,
cut that out.
Yeah,
Seriously-
nicely cut out.
seriously, this is a PG
Fuck.
podcast.
I could like sort of hear it.
This
like
is a
the mic
fucking PG
definitely picked it
podcast.
up.
Seriously,
Sorry.
You have to cut that out.
I meant like pluck my hair.
stop. So, what's your favorite hobby? What's just give me a hobby or
I
something like
love
a favorite activity?
baking.
Fair enough.
My favorite hobby is when Sophie makes me chicken sandwiches.
Are they still there?
Watching them. Oh, they probably are.
Probably are.
I had one the other day.
Yeah.
That's
My favorite
He,
hobby.
he doesn't like mayonnaise.
Will's got back into basketball. So
Oh, I haven't
Will
been
plays-
playing
Will-
for a while.
Will plays with us once a week on the Monday night comp because I plays with the best player in the team.
I'm the best player in the team.
Okay, I'll talk to him when he scored more than 10 points. And so what's the best place you've travelled to? It doesn't have to be Europe. This is
Bora Bora.
Bora Bora.
Yeah, that place looks so cool.
And
the
well,
best
now because we've already answered this, so what's your favourite place
That's a
you've
hard
travelled
question
to in the next
because-
last 7 months? So that's either Vegas, LA, Hawaii, or Europe.
in the last 10 months. Wow, that makes it a bit easier. But Europe isn't like.
I know, but I'm saying somewhere in Europe.
Oh, I can't really answer that question.
Well, yes, you can.
They're all like.
Just name one place you really enjoyed.
It's
It's not a hard question to ask.
It sort of is.
Just answer it.
Just pick them all.
Just pick one place.
Nice was cool.
Nice, done.
No, Paros, because that beach was
So
so
Paris?
sick. Yeah.
Paris? Okay.
Paros, yeah, dipshit.
Fair. What are your goals in the next year or two? What are some new goals for you
Past uni.
for the next year or two?
Buy an apartment.
Good one.
Yeah, you definitely didn't say that
I have
last
other
time.
goals, but we don't. we don't know those goals.
Where do you see
Same
yourself?
as my other
Where do you see
goals. Oh, we're not
yourself?
gonna say
Where
that.
do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
At uni.
At uni still. Hopefully, just become very successful with finance, and then own a couple investment properties, which would be ideally ideal. Yeah, pretty much that. Just have some investment properties and just keep doing well with what I'm doing now. So,
Fair.
yeah.
What's something you're working on at the moment that we haven't talked about, or something that's behind the scenes? Anything you're working on? Can just be working yourself.
I'm working on loans.
Nice. How boring.
I actually quit my job.
So you're currently not working on a thing.
Well, I was working in a barrister's office.
So what I mean by working, it's like me. Something I'm working on at the moment is, which some people know. I think I've mentioned it. The acting thing, which is
Oh.
pretty like not a lot of people know because I've kept it behind the scenes and like something like that. Is any
Sophie's working on her netball skills.
so Sophie's becoming
Getting
a.
fit. That's what I need to get
That's
to.
fine. There you go.
Ah.
Getting fit.
Healthy.
There you go. Okay.
Healthy. Yeah.
And now I
I'd
know.
say
Well,
I
I
need
see this
Aiden
question's not even
asking.
good to ask because we will answer the same thing. You remember what question 10 was?
I don't, mate.
Well, it's something you wish was legal in Australia. Will's gonna say.
No, I never said that last time.
You did.
I didn't say that. I don't think I said that. That's what you said.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, because why say it for a different
Um,
reason? I want weed legal because I want to be the biggest weed seller in Australia. Legal weed seller in
You
Australia.
can if you want to get into like medicinal weed.
Yeah,
No,
that's
you can't
so
sell it though,
expensive,
and you can't. It's too.
Oh, yeah.
Like
It's too
dispensary
difficult.
weed, he's
It's
saying.
yeah.
Something else was legal. I got a good one. Quad bikes. Quad bikes.
Yes.
Oh,
Imagine
quad
just
bikes.
like coming to like uni
Go to
in a
work or
quad
go to
bike.
your quad bike. Park on the side of the road, like, oh, hey guys,
Hey,
quad
fair,
bike.
fair.
Oh,
That-
we should have told that story.
We'll save it for next time.
Yeah.
That was, yeah, just
Okay.
quad bike.
So this is the first time that this is gonna be. This is changing this segment a little bit. So this is this week's W's and L's.
W's and L's.
But now what we're doing is Europe's W's and L's. So I'll go first. But this is the only part. This is the only
Gentlemen.
segment. No, this is the only segment I'm part of.
Gentlemen.
No, this is the only segment I'm part of. So
I'm involved in this one.
no, this is the only one I'm ever involved. You are as well. But
Oh.
I'm just going first because I'll be
Alright,
quick.
okay.
Okay, so the way London, Europe's W's. Well, London's obviously not part of Europe, but Europe/London's W's. W for me was definitely the Chelsea tour,
Okay.
and then my L was
Sounds like you like the Chelsea Stadium. You said it
I,
a couple times now.
fucking loved it. It was great. And
What
my,
are the
my,
L's?
my L was having to do uni work before I go back.
Oh, that sucks.
And then my W. I
Who's
can't do
Candace's
this.
W?
So if you've watched the last episode of the podcast featuring U-Day, this is filmed the day after. So the W's and L's are going to be the exact same for me. My W this week was doing both these podcasts, and my L was I've had this weird neck pain for the last week.
You should get
So that's why before anybody goes on Samwise, you have the same W's and L's is because they'll film the day after each other. Now you two go on W's and L's of Europe, and then give me a W and L for this week.
I can give you an L.
I want both.
The amount of money I spent.
Yep, and then your W of Europe.
W. Oh, I can't like pinpoint it.
Just give me one. It does. It can
Probably just like having like
just name
a
one thing.
summer in winter, like being able to skate
So it's-
winter here.
okay. Yep.
I
And
really
then
liked that.
what's your W for this week?
My W for this week would be
Another week past uni.
yeah,
Another
1 week closer to
One week
graduating. No, probably not having to work on Tuesday.
Not
And
being
you-
up like 7 a.m.
And your L?
L, having uni from 6 to 8 p.m. 2 nights a week.
Yeah. And
Maybe
then
more like, maybe now it was like yesterday. Was it yesterday, Friday? Getting up early to go to uni.
Oh yeah, I had to wake up like 8:30 after getting home at like 2.
good form. And then
My W for this week.
no Europe.
Oh, Europe. Good weather.
L.
Oh, and another W was the first time being there.
Yeah. L.
An L.
Loser.
Having to leave.
Yeah.
My W for this week was being able to keep sleeping when Sophie went to class yesterday for another 2 hours.
Your
Great.
W's and
Three
L's are
hours.
so your W and L's are just so great.
I know.
Yeah. L.
And my L is being very tired.
He's like, can I leave?
These
I
might be
can't forget
these
sleep.
might be the worst W's
My
and L's.
W for this
of-
week was having Friday off. I enjoy my Fridays off.
This motherfucker. Okay, we got the question of the podcast. Your Europe travel destination recommendation.
Nice.
Paris, anywhere in Europe.
Everywhere.
Anywhere you can go to Europe, go to.
And everybody's favorite segment of the podcast.
How many segments are there?
This is the last segment. You should know this. Oh no, you won't. Will doesn't know this because this segment was introduced. This was introduced when Lockie was on, so like 4 episodes after you. So the Lockie Scott segment of the podcast, the guest. So yesterday's guest, U-Day, or last week when you guys are watching this, asked, who would you have dinner with if you could have it with anybody, alive or dead? And then you guys got to come up with a question for next week's guest. One each. So answer that question, then think of a question each for the next week. For next person.
Oh, we have to answer the question?
Yep.
Who would we want to have dinner with?
Dead or alive.
You go first.
That's an interesting question. I don't know.
I reckon just like a random person from like the 1800s.
I would have
Like I think
dinner.
it'd be so fascinating to hear like the difference of society. Like obviously we didn't know,
Yeah.
but like to actually like see it and like
It's not a person. It needs to be a person.
yeah, but like hear their experience.
like name a person. I was thinking like a celebrity or
My
something.
great grandfather.
Okay.
I'll have a dinner with
Fair.
someone from Pompeii to see
Oh,
like
good
to
one.
like because like they have like positions like the people that died like during it to see if that's actually true. Like if like that's like
you know what,
if it's
you've-
all like that like spot on to like how like
You know
history
what?
says
You've
it.
done that well.
Or to like I'm not religious, but like,
Ask
to
about
know
the
if, like, to know
prostitution
like,
centre.
how like to know like about like all this stuff they say about Jesus.
Okay.
I want to
Yeah,
know
he
like
was
about like all
act-
this stuff like they paint, which I want to know if everything is true, like, you know.
Hey, you know what? You've both answered.
That'd be pretty cool.
You've answered well. I was expecting some. Mine's just Kanye West or LeBron, to be
Of
honest. But hey, that is pretty much about it.
We're not going to give a question.
Oh yeah, fuck me. Sorry,
Come on,
question.
mate. Heavy.
So what's the question for the next week? One each. Question for the next week's.
Someone, I don't know. If you could make, and if you could say, Matt, do you reckon this is the one? Like, if you could, like,
Say anything.
anyone from your past that you could say again, like, you actually know, like,
So
dead
if
or
you could
alive.
say
Like,
someone-
anyone from your past that you may not be friends with, or like someone that you.
If you could say someone from back from your past, yeah.
Someone that passed away, like, only one person, you could like say them again for a day.
Okay,
Who
so
would
who would be? So who would be? If you could go back in your past and see someone, who would that person be?
What do you reckon?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all right. Yep, let's do
Or
that.
like, if you had like $1 million, what's the fact?
No,
what
one
would
question.
you buy us?
One, no, it's one question.
Oh, sorry,
No, no.
boss.
It
That'll
is.
do.
Which
Alright.
one? The first one?
Yeah.
Okay, Ndofa?
Oh, I have to do one too.
Yes.
I don't know. Oh, this is.
Just think, it can be literally anything. It can be what
This
your
is
favorite
we
color
did this
is.
in finance the other day. I thought it was quite interesting because some people are idiots. Would you rather get $1 million now, or get what was the question? It was
like-
really like people.
I saw this on your computer. It was like $1 million
Yeah.
now,
or
or
like
like $1 million in the future or something like
yeah, or like $2 million in the future,
Okay.
like in like 50 years time.
that. And what are you taking?
The million now because
Yeah,
of
'cause
inflation and like interest.
Mhm. Okay, great. Great.
that's
So
something-
now you guys want to shout out anything? Do you want to let the people know? Follow Will at his on his Insta.
I don't know.
Inside
I don't
of
know
here.
my Instagram name.
Whatever
to
it
be
is follow Dofa's TikTok. That's where
You don't want to follow that.
you do want to follow that. Anything else? What else is going on in your life?
Nothing really, just work.
Yeah,
So
the weekends.
such a good life, eh?
Good life, mate.
Yeah, that's about it. You know where to find me. This is the episode 25 of the Reupload podcast. We're a quarter of a century. You know, it's and I hope everybody's still enjoying the podcast. And we have some big guests and some cool people coming on the next couple of weeks. I've been in the works
Are we not
with.
cool?
As well, yeah. Obviously, just let me
been
finish my.
letting us on
You
for
just
a while.
you're finishing my closing statements, like for fuck's sake. Yeah, and thanks to these two coming on. I've been trying to get Will back on for a long time. Then Sophie, we have been trying to get Sophie on for a little
Shout out
bit too.
to Sophie
So
for making her first podcast.
thank
Oh,
you,
I was
thanks for
scared.
joining us. And as a
send into the whole podcast.
I
That's
just-
what we're happy about. Let's give Sophie a clap.
well done, Sophie.
Give myself a
And then you already know to find me if you're watching the audio. Please follow on my Spotify. I don't know if many people watching the Apple Music, the Apple Podcast, but if you are, I think you can subscribe. I think it's a subscribe on Apple. But
Nice.
yeah, please do that and keep looking at my socials and the Raise Entertainment YouTube page to watch
Shout
the
out to
podcast.
Raze.
That boy Raise is still alive, man. He's still here.
Shout out to who, Sophie?
raise.
That's it. And also, be on the look and just be on the lookout on the pages, and we'll have a. I hope you enjoyed the last couple episodes, and this is Sam Frazer, the host of the Reupload podcast, and we are out.
He's like.
Bye.